Management hosted the first ever auction for offshore wind leases along California's central and northern coast.
And dozens of companies put in their bids to build massive floating wind farms on 5 different sites. Meteorologist Heather Waldman joins us now with the details. And this auction is really the first step in a very long process, right, Heather?
Yeah, it is. California has a goal of powering 25 million homes using offshore wind power by the year 2045. That's a critical component to the state's overall goal of cutting fossil fuel usage by 91% in the next 23 years. Today's auction offered up 5 different proposed leases in 2 regions, covering about 580 square miles. 2 sites are about 20 miles off the coast of Humboldt County, and another 3 are about 20 miles northwest of Morro Bay. These proposed offshore wind farms would be the first in the nation to utilize floating turbine technology. Now that's a must because the water in these areas is thousands of feet deep. The turbines would still operate just like land-based wind farms. Adam Stern is the executive director of Offshore Wind California, a group that promotes the responsible development of the clean energy technology in the Golden State. He says drawing from offshore wind can fill in some gaps left by land-based setups.
Wind draws upon more powerful and consistent winds. And if you look at the state now, many of the best onshore locations have already been taken. But offshore wind is a new environment for California energy policy, and we're looking forward to building these first projects.
At this point, the awarded projects are years out from any kind of construction. That's because first, the individual projects need state and federal approval. Agreements also need to be made with local Native American tribes. Special ports need to be constructed to transport the massive turbine blades, because they'll be about a football field long. Then the technology to get the generated power from the turbines to land, well, that needs to be worked out too. And of course, the environmental impact needs to be very carefully studied and monitored.
There are a bunch of studies that have already been done by the federal and state government, which suggests the impacts so far, at least as we understand them, will be minimal. But there will be further studies done, and there will be efforts to mitigate whatever impacts do occur.
Construction is estimated to begin in about 5 or 6 years. Once online, the 5 sites would have the ability to supply power to about 1.5 million homes using 4.5 gigawatts of power. The U.S. has a national goal of producing 30 gigawatts of offshore wind power by the year 2030. More than a dozen other offshore energy projects have been proposed for the East Coast. Back to you.
Thank you, Heather. And Governor Newsom is reacting to this auction. In a statement, he said, quote, offshore wind is a critical component to achieving our world-leading clean energy goals. And this sale is an historic step in California's march toward a future free of fossil fuels.